Hello.
Hello.
What's up, bestie?
You know, life. Life is up.
Is it? Because the way you said that doesn't make it sound like it is.
That's all I got.
I apologize for the inconsistency of my sound quality right up at the top. I just got. I'm gonna move this and hope it doesn't create too many problems. This fancy schmancy new microphone for Christmas. So this is my first time recording with it, and I'm still figuring things out. So maybe this episode will sound horrible. Who knows? I hope not.
Life is risk.
I really truly do hope not, but yeah. And also my sister got me this fancy come on, man. Give me more cord length. My sister got me a nice new gaming mouse for Christmas, but I have the cord length set so short that you already can't see it, but it has extra buttons and I'm really excited about it. And the box that it came in, by the way, they didn't need to come for me like this. Control freak, are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't need to come for me like that. But they did anyway, so that is what we're dealing with. And scooching things around out of frame here. Anyway, yeah, how was your Christmas, bestie?
Lovely. I think it says a lot that the most exciting thing I got was like a what you call it? Like a baking ingredient storage set, with like a flour
Ooh.
container, sugar container. It was real fancy, has like built-in levelers and like shakers and all this stuff.
Wait, that's kind
So
of fun though. I just
yeah,
realized I didn't paint my nails on the other hand.
oh
I meant to
yeah,
do
that's
that
a
before we
whole
started,
thing.
and then I got caught up setting up the microphone. We're doing great. I'm a mess. Anyway.
So that means next time you're here and you put sugar in your tea, it'll be from a new container.
Ooh, instead of the Tupperware container that everyone got from their mom.
I did get that from my mom.
Precisely. Oh, actually, I got a tea recommendation for you, bestie. Is there a Trader Joe's near you? Has that made it to Rochester?
Yeah, we got one like 20 minutes away in Pittsburgh.
Okay. My mom found this at Trader Joe's. It's called the Winter Wake Up Tea, and it's like
Okay.
black tea with like ginger, cinnamon, all this good stuff. It's delicious. I'm obsessed.
I'm due for a trip over there. It's been a while.
So that is my recommend. Oh, Jesus Christ! My recommendation to you and anyone listening. So there you have
Very
it.
nice.
How was your how was your drive? I remember you were talking about having some potential weather issues, but you do appear to have made it back to New York State.
Yeah. Well, the throughway was closed. Like, and that's the majority of my drive.
You do hate to see it.
It was closed all the way from the Pennsylvania border up into my exact exit. So the exact segment of it I needed was the exact segment that was closed. And so I left to come back tomorrow, to yesterday, and well, tomorrow.
Time
I
travel.
left to come back yesterday, and I kept putting off leaving because I was like, maybe they'll open it, maybe they'll open it. And finally, I'm like, you know what? They're not going to open it. Just leave. So I stopped at a Sheets. Love Sheets to
What
get
is
gas,
she? Oh, okay, cool. I was like, what?
and also stock up on some Sheets food. Um,
Oh, is this
and
where you got that weird banana soda that you came back with one time?
it is.
God, you're such a freak.
They have a made to order food section with like a ridiculously huge menu and everything you like build on touch screens like piece by piece, and then they make it super fast, and their tagline is actually freaky whatever fast whatever. So um I love their food so much, and they don't have them around here, so I usually get a few things and then just bring them with me and reheat.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got a breakfast sub on a pretzel roll, and I just finished eating it, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna check one more time before I head out. And they had just opened it like 5 minutes before that.
Nice.
And I was like, yeah. Like reread it like 20 times, like this can't be right.
Hell yeah,
But they
Bessie.
opened it. And I was like, oh thank God. And they were still telling me it was gonna take like an extra hour because of bad weather. And then let me tell you, the roads were perfectly fine almost the entire way, except a little bit of flurrying and a little bit of slush around Buffalo, and that's it. Like, why was this closed for days? I'm sure they didn't magically clear it all, like in the last night or two.
Could not tell you.
I don't know, but made back fine. Just a little extra caution, but didn't even need to like slow down really.
I love that for you. Did
Yeah.
the meme I made have any impact? The answer is allowed to be
I
no.
mean, I have attempted to listen to them before,
That's fair.
and there were a couple of songs where I'm like, yeah, I don't mind that.
That's fair. You
Kind
know
of
what?
enjoy that.
I'll take it. I
Yeah.
will fucking take it. Um, I will post the meme that I made to gently suggesting that Brooks use her drive back from Ohio to listen to the entire discography of Ghost.
Here's the thing. Despite the weather not being that bad, it was like really overcast and really dark. And I find that the only way for me to not fall asleep on a long drive in that kind of weather is to sing music at the top of my lungs.
Okay, that's so valid.
So I couldn't do that if I were listening to Ghost because I don't know the words.
That is valid. That is incredibly valid of you.
I tried to listen to podcasts and I was like, I'm gonna fall asleep if I don't switch it up here.
Mm. Well, glad you made it.
Yeah, I survived. And so I've been home for about 24 hours, which is all my cats won't leave me alone still.
Kitties. Love them.
They're never more than a couple feet away.
Yeah, anything, just in general, anything else going on? Because we have another alignment chart that I would like to revisit. Just because I enjoyed myself so much doing the one that we did last week.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, before we dive into the random naming of fictional characters.
I feel like there was something that I was like, oh, I'm going to bring that up on the podcast. And then
I just remembered the thing that I was going to bring up that I wrote down.
Oh, good. Then you go. Maybe I'll remember.
I need a doorknob. You remember when you visited how my bedroom door just has a little circle cut into it, which hasn't been a problem up until now, because I would just like close it and then use the little hole in the wood to like open / close it as needed. But Oliver is now big enough to just push it open.
Yeah.
So I do actually need to fix that now, because I can't kick him out of my room at 3 a.m. anymore if he can just get back in.
You should call the landlord.
I should call my dad.
Text the landlord.
And actually, in my defense, my dad is aware of the fact that I need a bedroom doorknob, and I did try and fix it myself, but when I purchased a new doorknob, it doesn't fit right. Like, it would have to, like, I'm stupid is essentially where this is going. I like didn't look or like think, but I would have to like chisel out part of either like the door jamb or the actual door. And one, I don't trust myself to do that just like without breaking anything, and two, there isn't like much space between the hole for the doorknob and like the part that I would have to be chiseling out anyway, so I feel like that's a dangerous game I would be playing. So what I'm doing is just not doing that.
There you go. It's a good solution.
And yeah, but now there's a little more urgency to it, in that, again, I need to be able to kick the cat out of my room, like, permanently if I need to. Or at least, like, and not have him decide that I want to go back in now, so that's what's going to happen. So this is what's happening in my life.
Cats, man, they want to be in your business, they will be in your business.
I can hear him scratching at my door right now.
Was that him?
Yep. I mean, again, you think he would like make the connection between I put the lights in my mouth and that is when I get kicked out of this room? No.
They don't really learn those things.
I think I'm gonna have to like start like spritzing vinegar on things. Just to make him stop putting them in his mouth.
I was watching the cats on my little pet cams when I was out of town. At Thanksgiving, I saw Nick sitting right in the middle of the dining room table. This time, I saw her sitting on the coffee table.
And
Both
here's the
places, you know, she's not allowed to be.
and like here's the thing: is he doing all these things when I'm not home? Yeah, obviously he's a cat, but like I gotta have some principles, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like technically, or at least I feel like I need to. So I feel like I might actually need to invest in one of those like things you told me about, where it's like, oh, you put it on a surface, and then when the cat jumps on it, it like makes a noise, or like it senses a vibration, and makes a noise, or whatever. Cause the fact one, he's discovered the top of the fridge, and two, he is very easily able to jump up onto the counter, and I have a very small limited counter space, a lot of which is dominated by my stovetop, and I can like this just seems like a recipe for disaster.
Is he unfazed by aluminum foil?
He seems I haven't really tried that. He seems like he would be.
Well, you should at least try it. They just don't like the feeling of it on their claws.
Have you ever seen that
Mine.
video? It was like a TikTok or something, but somebody like they got a new carpet and the cat didn't like it, so they would like pick the cat up and then just drop it onto the carpet and it would just boink, like Super Mario jump off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are my updates in um, cat ownership and also life in general.
Yeah, no, whatever I was going to talk about, I should really, the number of times I tell myself, oh, I should bring this up, I should write it down, and then immediately do not write it down, just, it's astonishing.
Did it have
How
anything to do
not-
with Kirby? Because I was gonna ask you about that.
Although I was just playing, like, right before this.
Nice.
I was like, oh, I gotta put this down because I gotta go upstairs.
Rip. I just made it to the desert world in Kirby.
Oh. Yeah. You like that one.
Again, not as many marathon playing sessions in my recent days as I would like, but we'll fix that.
Yeah. I didn't really get to play it when I was out of town for Christmas. My family kind of like thinks it's rude or something, I would assume. I don't know.
Oh my, no, literally, my mom does that constantly. Like, I think it's Christmas Day. I stayed over at my parents' house because obviously, and I had like brought my Switch with me, and like we're watching movies that I have seen, like every single year for like 2 decades at this point. And my sister's on her phone. I'm playing on my Switch. My mom is just like, "How are your devices, girls?" I'm like, and then I look over, and then 20 minutes later, she opens up Facebook and starts watching reels at full volume.
Passive aggressively?
No, I truly do think just like not self-aware, because this has happened a lot. Like my mom is the queen of like just turns on Facebook videos at full volume while there is a movie playing, but then as soon as we're watching a movie, especially like, and it'll be one we've seen before, and my sister and I like look at our phones, she'll be like, "How are your phones, girls?" I'm like, also I bought my phone, like I bought my phone outright, so she can't even be like, "Oh, I pay for them, so I make the rules, blah blah blah."
Physically incapable of just sitting still and watching a movie. Like, which I think, my family does get that. That's why I usually just knit. Because at least then I'm doing something, and they seem to accept that I can pay attention to things while doing that.
Or my favorite one is that like she'll be like half asleep, and then she'll like wake back up briefly and see that my sister and I are on our phones while the movie is playing, and she'll be like, "Get off your phones, girls." I'm like, "You were just asleep." It's like how dads can sense when you're about to change the channel while they're sleeping.
Special gift.
Yeah, I wish I understood, but yeah. That's pretty much it. Just my experience of actually like going back to my parents' house and like having that be a thing that I do. That was weird. Also, the room I stayed in was my sister's old bedroom, so like, how the turntables.
Yeah, at least I get to sleep in my childhood bedroom. It doesn't look like it and hasn't in 14 years, but
So you've said. Um yeah, you know what? Let's go into it. We are revisiting the alignment chart of fictional male characters just because I think it's funny as hell, and also I would like to potentially revamp it for both female characters and also just any and all characters. So potentially like come up with 2 spin-offs, but we'll see. Open link. And because we did this last time, I remember how to do this. Or I remember the most efficient way of doing this, I think. So, give me 1 second. Come on. Yes, there we go. Upload new template. Don't mind if I do. I'm trying to think of the best way. Yeah, you know what? I'll stream this again. Wonderful. And do I want this to be? I'm trying to think if I want to bother moving this onto my screen. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do that. Just watch me think in real time. I'm sure y'all can see the smoke. Every time. Every single time. That's what my mom always does. I'm like, okay, guess I deserve that for whatever reason.
But you're the one that did it.
Yeah, I know. But now, like, now I think, come on, no, bring it over here. What am I doing wrong? Help me. Why is my computer freaking out?
Couldn't tell her.
There we go. Okay. Oh, yeah, you know what? We'll do that. Who cares? Oh, and my microphone is right in the way, but you know what? It's fine. It is fine. Everything's fine. I'm a mess. Yeah, have at it.
I don't know if what I'm seeing is what everybody would be seeing, but I'm seeing the episode doc with the meme generator and like a tiny window in the middle.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, you know what? Let me fix this.
So I don't know what actually gets recorded.
I do.
Is it what I'm seeing?
Yeah, I'm fixing it. Yay, there we go.
Okay. Yep. Well, I assume you had a character or characters in mind.
I mean, I always do, just because of the person that I am, but I thought I'd open the floor to you to be nice. There we go, that's good enough. Start with our man Laszlo Cravensworth.
Okay.
He is not poor little Meow Meow, but he is not Stinky Bastard Man either.
Yeah, that's why.
I feel like he's right in the middle. Or like maybe he's further to one side, but he's not on either extreme end of the spectrum. But I could make him so much worse.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really need much in the way of fixing.
Yeah, no.
Everybody has room for improvement, but
no, again, I could make him so much worse. You know what, I don't think this will make much difference for you, but I'm gonna swap sides just so I can see what's going on better. There we go. Continue. Yeah, I could make him so much worse.
Hmm.
It's just about where on. Oliver, stop screaming.
We're in the middle.
Hmm. Here's the thing. I can't decide because like there are episodes where he has some very serious poor little meow meow like moments. Like for example, when Colin grows up and doesn't remember anything.
Yeah.
I feel like he's maybe like there.
Hmm.
Like I could definitely make him so much worse.
Mhm.
But he's closer to poor little meow meow than he is to Stinky Bastard Man. Does this
I don't
seem
remember which ones
accurate
we
to
did
you?
last time.
Hmm?
Mhm. I can't remember which ones we did last time.
Um, Nothing I'm hyper fixating on now, so I think we should be okay. And actually, in a similar vein, Nandor. I could 100% fix him, I'm not gonna lie to you, and it would be really, like, it would be embarrassingly easy.
Yeah, he definitely has potential to be fixed. You see those little improvements in him here and there.
I don't know, I think he like, I'm sure this is very obvious about me as a person. I love babying, like, male characters that are technically, like, all powerful. I love when they're sad and pathetic, and poor little meow meow. I love it so much. But I don't know if that makes my like I don't know if I'm correct in my assessment is the thing because I like babying all powerful male characters so much.
Mm-hmm.
Again, psychoanalyze me as you see fit at everyone who is watching and listening to this. But yeah, I am open to any form of input you see fit.
Here's my strategy. I use an app to keep track of my TV shows, so I'm gonna see what I've watched lately.
Oh, okay. I was asking for your opinion on Nandor, but
Oh,
sure.
oh, Amandor.
I mean, please give
My
me
brain was
things.
already elsewhere. No, I mean I think that makes sense because he is. I think
But
he
here's the thing, like
pretends.
I would have him all the way over to poor little meow meow.
Mm,
And like I don't know if that's accurate or if that's just me reading too much fan fiction.
I wouldn't put him that far probably
What about here?
because yeah, because he does try to he does occasionally do dickish things that are
He does very dickish things occasionally. But like I could absolutely fix. That's another. You know what? Here's another person I could totally fix, and it would be embarrassingly easy. Izzy Hands.
I don't know if we did him last time or not.
Our Flag Means Death was not even
Oh, I thought it was for
remotely
some
out the
reason.
last time we did this. I'm just gonna put Izzy
Oh,
OFMD. Yeah, I could fix him so easily, it's embarrassing. And again, I think he's all the way over to poor little meow meow, but I will accept constructive criticism.
hmm.
That is where I would put him.
Yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, in a way, I feel like he's similar to Nandor
Yeah.
in, in that they don't always make the best choices in terms of how they treat people,
Mm-hmm.
but I think in reality, they're both like very vulnerable, like tender-hearted, and putting up a facade.
Is he my beloved? I don't know. I don't need any more opportunities to talk about this. Oh, actually, similar thing of just again loving pathetic, needy male characters. I haven't started watching The Boys yet, but I know when I do, I am gonna baby girl Homelander so much.
How about that?
I don't know. I've seen multiple posts about him acting all like dominant and then just actually like hating himself and being super pathetic.
Yeah, but you'll see.
I'm sure I will see, but at the point that I'm at right now, I get the feeling that I might wind up baby girling yet another mass murderer, but that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's particularly difficult. But
You underestimate my power.
again, you'll see what I mean.
And that's fair. I'm
Because
more than
he's
willing
not
to
just a murderer.
I'm more than willing to eat my words.
Yeah. He's not
I
just a
know absolutely nothing other than that people on the internet do baby girlify him, and the actor that plays him is cute.
he's cute. People that baby girlify him are sick.
Okay, I will keep that in mind.
I thought you were gonna say Huey.
Oh, I
Because
don't
he's
even know who that. I am like I know jack shit about the boys. Again, I know that I have seen people baby girlifying this man,
yeah.
and that the actor is cute. That is literally the only information I know.
Or
Plus
maybe
that
Billy
meme.
Butcher. Billy Butcher, I think, would be an acceptable guy to baby girlify. He's the
Noted.
character played by Carl Urban.
Oh, Carl Urban's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll see. We'll see what
He's
happens to
really
me when
thick
I
and
eventually
everything.
do watch that show.
Yeah, I like that one.
Love it. Kyle keeps meaning to ask you about that because he's like surprised that you like it for whatever reason.
Hmm. I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
Hmm.
yes, please give me more options.
This this isn't really about providing an option, but as I was looking at my TV shows, have you ever seen the show Murderville?
No, I have not, but man, that sounds like a fun time.
Oh man, I can't believe it took me so long to watch it. I mean, there's only one season and it's only 6 episodes.
Oh,
Um,
that's an afternoon, bestie.
yes. Well, so the premise, because the whole premise of it is very interesting. So you got Will Arnett, and he is a detective, a homicide detective. And for each episode, they write a script like somebody gets murdered and they have three suspects and they lay out all these clues. But for every episode, there is a celebrity who plays his partner as themselves, but they don't get a script.
Wait, this sounds like so much fun.
Like, that is the coolest premise I've ever heard.
No, oh my god,
Like,
I'm totally gonna check this out. I am so
yeah.
here for that.
Yeah, so like Will Arnett fully in character as this homicide detective. In the very first episode, Conan O'Brien just walks in as Conan O'Brien with no idea what's about to
Nice.
happen.
That is ball. That's genius, honestly. I cannot hear Will Arnett's voice without hearing at the exact same time BoJack and Batman. And even though the only example of him as Batman is like the Lego movies, but still, I hear him every time. Every time I hear him in anything, even if I'm seeing his face and he is acting right in front of me, I'm just like, BoJack.
Yeah, but it's interesting because every episode again, there's always exactly three suspects that they question. They lay out all these clues, and then whoever the guest is has to decide who they think the murderer is,
Oh my
and
god,
then they're
wait,
either
this sounds
right
like
or
such a
wrong.
blast.
Yeah, I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever heard of.
I love it. Oh my, wait.
Oh,
Have it. Oh, I need him to have Nathan Fielder as his sidekick.
it was an interesting mix. I can't remember his name. Like the second episode was a professional football player.
Okay.
So that was interesting. Um, Kumail Nanjiani was, I think, was the third episode. To me, one of the coolest was Sharon Stone because she does not
All
give a
right.
shit.
Oh, did I ever tell you that Kumail Nanjiani hosted an X Files panel that I went to at New York City Comic Con?
Yeah, sounds fun.
It was a good time. Anyway, I will definitely be checking that out.
Danny Murphy was on an episode too.
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
Okay,
I
anyway.
am not letting myself make ghost references for this because no one's
Okay.
gonna know what I'm talking about and it's not gonna be fun for anybody except me. I will 100% tell you how I feel about the various incarnations of the same man in a hyper realistic latex mask after we're done recording, but I'm not going to subject you and the viewers to that right now.
Okay.
That being said,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember other things I have hyperfixated on recently, and I am coming up embarrassingly blank.
Well, that's why I'm trying to think of, like, was looking at recent stuff, because I feel like if it's a character or a show that I've loved a long time, we probably already put it on the last one.
This is true.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
that's what I was thinking about the character of Terry Seattle from Murderville, Will Arnett's character, but. And no, he's never been to Seattle.
Gotcha, that's fun.
Um, yeah, I don't know why it's so
Here's the
hard
thing,
for
I
me to,
think if
like.
you're perfect, you're dead center, and I know who's perfect. Kirby.
So, I was actually thinking
Because
about.
I have a little Kirby figurine sitting on my desk, and like, again, if you're dead center, you're perfect, and Kirby is a perfect being.
So true. I was reading about Kirby today unintentionally.
Oh, what did
Because I
you
can't
find
remember.
out?
Well, I Googled. I can't remember what I was Googling. I think I was looking at, like, stuffed Kirby's or something.
Oh, I have two now.
And, you know, when you Google something, how it has the, like, related questions on there.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them just, like, really, I was like, who is Googling this? So I had to, like, read what it said. And then every time you click on one of those questions to read it, it gives you more.
You look
And I
so
found out.
alarmed. What were the questions? Or do I even want to know?
I mean, some of them were really dumb to the point where I didn't click on them. But, like, they were questions about, like, his girlfriend.
I don't
Uh,
think he
he
has
has a
one.
girlfriend. Yeah, I already forgot her name.
Okay, cool, fair enough.
Something like Button.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, there was a Kirby cartoon briefly.
Yeah. Somebody asked how old he is. Apparently, he's 30.
Okay.
Um, I learned that they originally wanted him to be yellow.
Bad.
I think I already knew this, but I was reminded that his original name was Popo Po.
Oh. Alright, yeah.
And I also learned that he was never supposed to look like he was. It was supposed to be a placeholder blob fairy.
But then everyone just liked him so much that they kept him.
It's like, that's wonderful. They were just like, we like this placeholder. And he was originally going to catch things with his tongue like a frog.
I only knew the placeholder thing. This is delightful.
Hmm. I feel like there were other things that I'm just forgetting at the moment, but yeah, I read a lot of Kirby today. I'm like, well, I didn't know most of this, so. Man, I know
Actually,
Google does that on purpose, but it's so easy to fall down a rabbit hole of those questions.
you know what? Where does Colin Robinson fall on this list? Because I could 100% make him so much worse by just like telling him about things. And like there are times when I kind of feel bad for him, just like as a character, because there's so many points where he's like, these guys are my friends, and I like don't really enjoy draining them all that much. I just have to survive. And I'm like, oh man.
I might put him in a similar location as, like, Laszlo, because
But here's the thing, you're right, but from the opposite direction because he does a lot of instigating.
yeah, like, he definitely does some dickish things, and he does stuff that he doesn't really need to do
Yeah,
sometimes.
I would
But at
agree.
the same time, he really cares and he really loves him.
I would put him like here.
Hmm.
Like in almost the exact same position, just coming from the opposite direction. Again, I could make him so much worse by just telling him about things
Hmm.
and like giving him further ammunition of things to tell other people and drain them. Who else we got?
Hmm. Really not good at this. Like, generating ideas
Oh, here's one.
of characters that exist.
Steed.
I was
My man,
wondering.
my man Steve Bonnet.
I was wondering, since he's very clearly on the poor little meow meow side.
Oh, 100%. But like, could I fix him? Could I make him more? Because here's the thing. I think I could do either, but like, I mean, we could
Yeah,
just put him right in the middle.
yeah. It could really go either way depending on your mood.
Yeah,
It's
depending.
very questionable.
Because, like, Ed definitely makes him worse in some ways. Are you being stared at by a cat?
Yeah, she came around the bend and just, what?
And
You laid on
stop
my lap
staring at me
today.
with them big old eyes.
Laid on my lap today for the first time ever.
I know, you sent me a picture. It was so cute.
It's been almost 2 years I've had them. She's never done it. But I got a blanket hoodie, this like ankle length blanket hoodie.
Oh, you told me you were very excited about that.
Yeah, and so I got home yesterday, immediately washed it last night. So I was wearing it this morning. And she was like, blanket? Must make biscuits. And so she was in my lap making biscuits. I'm like, oh my God, it will never be better than this. And then she actually laid down and fell asleep
Oh
for
my
like over an
god.
hour.
That is the best thing ever. I'm so happy for you. Um, Man, we are just bombing today.
I know.
We're better than this. What is going on?
I'm not good at like thinking of, well, we could have done like I feel like maybe an easier way to do these things would be like a theme of like Christmas movies, for example, you know.
Mm.
Or we could have plotted every role that we've seen of Nicholas. You know.
That would have been kind of fun.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I have trouble just generating things out of.
oh, we never put the 11th Doctor on the last one. I know that for a fact. And I know you have very strong feelings regarding him.
I do. I do. He's my favorite.
Pointedly not saying anything. Because this is one thing where we will actually, like, fist fight each other.
He. I mean, I feel like pretty much every doctor is more on the poor little meow meow side.
I would agree. The whole character's arc is pretty big sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of whether I could fix him or whether I could make him worse.
I don't know that you could do either.
I feel as though he would be very like 11 in particular would be very difficult to fix. So would 10, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
10 hates himself too much.
I feel like they're both like really stubborn.
Yeah. I mean, I think a little closer to the I could fix him side, but like very poor little meow meow.
We need more stinky bastard men.
I know, I'm trying to think of some.
Just shockingly difficult to do. Well, I mean,
You are allowed to reference things I haven't seen, by the way. Like, I do that to you constantly.
no, it's like it's like when you're like, oh, any thoughts? The same thing. My brain just goes blank. I'm not thinking of things that exist. Things that exist in the world. Hmm.
I feel like a lot of, and I don't know why this is, but I feel like the overlap circle between like DILFs and like stinky bastard men, it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot.
Hmm.
And like I can't even necessarily point to that many examples off the top
I
of my
did.
head, but I just feel like that is accurate.
I did see an article that Jermaine Clement tweeted out where he was on a list of top DILFs.
As he should be.
He was very proud.
I would be too, honestly. Oh, I've only seen one episode of Flight of the Conchords, but honestly, like, I feel like that's enough.
I had a dream about Flight of the Conchords last night.
How was that?
I don't remember. I just remembered it just now. And I was like, why was I just thinking about Flight of the Conchords? Oh, I dreamt about it.
Are you the kind of person who remembers their dreams or not really?
Sometimes.
I
It's
feel like
usually that I have to like think about it immediately afterward. I lose it.
I feel
Just
like
have like
you popped up in one of my dreams recently and I do not remember
hmm.
what it was or like why.
Hmm. You never know with me.
You make it sound like you did it on purpose. Honestly, that'd be fun.
What if I showed up on purpose?
Yeah, why not? I mean, if that was
Like,
a
hey,
power
just
that I
checking
could
in.
wield, I definitely would.
Sleeping well.
Oh, you know what? I was inspired by glancing over at my little Stranger Things arcade game looking pencil holder.
Mm-hmm.
My boy Jim Hopper.
Okay.
Like, I feel like
Hmm.
he's definitely further on the stinky bastard man side.
Yeah.
I too like to think that I could fix him, but maybe not. How do we feel about that?
Where'd he go? Oh, there. I was looking away and I didn't see where you put him. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like he's fixable.
I would say so. Also,
He also
just
comes a long way, I think, in the show.
oh, he does come a long way. Thing I was so salty about, and like, do I know, like, narratively, did it make sense for him to be all like cut after slaving away in a gulag? Yes. Was I salty that they made him lose his dad bod? Also, yes.
I think he looks good either way.
Stop being so normal. Anyway, come on, we're better than this. We can fill out a chart.
I know. See, if I'd had advance notice, I could have prepared
Here's the
some
thing,
people.
you did have advance notice. It was in the document, even though I forgot to copy and paste it.
Not when I looked at the document.
This has been in the document. The chart has been in the document since last week.
Then maybe my document is not updating?
Oh no, that's its own problem.
Yeah, because I looked earlier. Oh no, it's in there. It wasn't. I looked earlier today. And you hadn't. What it looked like I meant is that you hadn't updated it in a while. And I thought maybe you were just only updating the Google Calendar.
No,
Hmm.
but that is fine.
Well, I was unaware. In either case.
Oh, you know what? What about the guys from the movie version of What We Do in the Shadows?
Mm.
Like, Deacon is very much Stinky Bastard Man, but could I fix him or could I
Yeah.
make him worse?
Make it worse.
Easily. So easily.
I always feel like I gotta start doing a little dance.
Erotic dance from my friends. Again, I love baby girlifying weird, gross, all-powerful men.
I
Again,
just love that part because first of all, it's weird to do a sexy little dance for your friends, but also like how into it they are.
right? And he's selling it so much. And then Nick flies through the window and he's like, my friends are loving this. I love him so much. Viago is the definition of poor little meow meow. And like, I could do either. I could make him worse or I could fix him. I don't know if he needs that much fixing, but like I definitely could. But it might be more fun to make him worse.
Mm-hmm.
That seems accurate.
Mm-hmm.
This
So definitely more.
a little more this way.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
I don't know if you can do much to him, is the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Not so much.
I think it's a little I could make him worse, because, like, you could probably teach him about all the weird sort of BDSM subcultures that involve torturing people.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely not going to fix him.
Yeah.
So.
He's not fixable. I don't know how much you could, like, how much worse can you make him, really? Like, he's already like that, but I think I could give him a little nudge.
There's things he's unaware of yet that could make him worse.
Yeah. Now this is looking more balanced.
Yeah.
I would like for us to challenge ourselves to think of maybe 2 or 3 more, because that's frankly sad for us. Just the way we are as people.
That's kind of an interesting pattern that we got. Like more stinky bastard men in the movie version than in the show version. Like their balance is a bit different.
I feel like you can only like make the dramas of the stinky bastard man last for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to have a decent amount of poor little meow meow vibes going on in order to stretch your story over more than like 3 hours, in my personal opinion.
Or at least an arc of improvement. Because,
Precisely.
I mean, Jim Hopper's still on that side of things, but.
You are correct. And again, like, it's like they're all, most of them at least in the film version of What We Do in the Shadows, like, yeah, very much like, it's just more fun to just watch them be stupid for like 2 hours and then just be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you kind of don't want that. Like, I don't need them to do anything. I don't need them to like get better or worse. I just want to watch them be idiots. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know necessarily why I feel differently about them than I do about the characters in the show, but there you have it.
Need more emotional investment if
Yeah.
it's an extended story. Whereas with the movie, it's like, well, if I'm not emotionally invested in this character, it doesn't really matter because it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, I think What We Do in the Shadows might be one of my favorite movies of all time. So like, this is nothing against the movie, but I think we've had this conversation before. Like, What We Do in the Shadows is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I like the TV show better. So does that mean that I prefer TV to movies? Who knows? Possibly.
They each have their strengths.
You are correct. Again, I would like to think of 1 or 2 more for this, but then, or we could just move into the revamping the chart for female characters specifically, and then just for any and all characters.
Been trying to think of people that would fit more up in that area with Jim Hopper, so he's not alone up there.
Mm.
But it's difficult. Masters that you can fix.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a common thing. I just can't think of any.
Right? Hmm. Oh,
I feel like that
my
happens.
memory card's running at Jesus Christ. Doing the opposite of crushing it tonight. But that's okay. This is the last episode we're recording in 2023, which means I'm allowed to make mistakes tonight. Or that's what I'm telling myself.
Yeah, but for when this comes out, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We're doing terrible.
Hey, it's still 2022 where we are.
Yes. So, this is allowed. I'm saying that it's allowed. Okay.
I don't know why it's so difficult.
Right? Look to Film Shelf for inspiration.
See, exactly. That's why I was looking at my app on my phone, because I'm like, well, it'll show things that I've watched recently. And so maybe that'll give me ideas, but it doesn't seem to be accomplishing that. I mean, and I prefer it to be something we have in common. That way, I can get your input and see if you agree. Which makes things,
Sometimes I
Well,
look at
there's
our like
somebody.
actual by the numbers of things that we both understand, and it's like not a lot of things. It's just things that we can get unbelievably in depth about,
Yeah.
so that like makes it look better than it actually is.
Well, but like somebody who would be a stinky bastard man, but very much would be more on the side of making him worse would be Rick of Rick and Morty.
Oh god, yeah, Rick Sanchez. I could make him so much worse. That man is
I was just
unfixable.
looking through the shows on my.
I'm so far behind on Rick and Morty, it's kind of embarrassing. And it's like,
Yeah, I'm behind as well.
and like for what? I like the show. Like I yeah, I'm putting him beneath Deacon because like I don't think there's much you could do to make him worse. Like you technically could, but like
Mm-hmm.
he's already pretty far gone.
Mm-hmm. When there's all the characters on Big Mouth, that's something we both.
I'm also so far behind on Big Mouth.
Me too. Hmm.
Oh, you know who's majorly poor little meow meow that I could make so much worse? Will Byers.
Yeah.
I would just encourage him to start snapping necks. He deserves it after all he's been through. Imagine if I had put Viago's entire name that they make up for him in the show. Also, putting this out there, movie Viago and TV show Viago are two different people.
Oh, absolutely.
Alright, one more. I would ideally like it to be a bastard that we could fix, but it doesn't have
I
to
know.
be.
I'm trying so hard to think of one. I'm looking. I'm looking. You know, this app I use is very convenient, but at the same time, like it tells me how much time I've spent watching like TV shows
I
and how
don't
many
need to
shows.
know that.
Yeah, it's upsetting,
I
and
don't need to know that.
it's not like I've put in like every single show I've watched. You know, there are plenty of shows that I just haven't put in there, and yet it shows that I've spent a year of my life watching TV from what I have put in there.
Oh my god, girl, why are we not talking about Ash or AG? Neither of them are
Oh,
bastards, but holy shit.
yeah, they would. They're not going to fit the category
They're not
that
gonna
we're
fit the
looking for.
category, and that is tragic. I would like to, like, here's the thing. Could I fix Ash? Yes, probably. Would I encourage him to be worse to exact revenge? Yeah. Like, that is more what I would do. Same thing for AG. I would make him worse.
I feel like every time I can think of somebody who leans more toward the bastard side, they're not people I can fix.
Describe. Perhaps I feel more confident in my abilities.
Well, like you just mentioning banana fish. Uh, oh my god, I blanked on the name of the character.
I am gonna need so much more than that.
His major nemesis. Oh my god, the dude who like usurps his power in the gang.
Oh god, fucking it's
Oh my
Arthur,
god.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
he's not fun. Fuck him.
yeah, but like he would definitely fit into that category of stinky bastard man, but not gonna fix someone like that.
Yeah, no. And also I don't want to.
No. Well, yeah, but it's possibility.
Hmm.
Abilities. Yeah, shockingly difficult to do.
Gotta think of one. We can do this.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, I don't know why it's so difficult.
I know.
Again, for me, it's just a matter of generating thoughts of things that exist.
I'm sticking to my rule. I'm not letting myself do this.
Hmm?
I'm
Oh,
not bringing up Ghost. It's too easy.
oh man, I don't know why it's so difficult.
This is pathetic.
Like, okay,
I love the Muppet Christmas Carol so much.
but you know where I was going. Because I realized that myself because Sir, Michael Caine as Ebenezer Scrooge, but up until a certain point.
Yeah, up until a certain point, and then he like fixes himself essentially.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But even without that, I would have said, like, oh yeah, he's definitely fits into the bastard side of things. But I feel like I could have fixed him
Oh, you know
because
what?
clearly he's fixable.
Um, Han Solo.
Okay,
He's a major stinky
yeah,
bastard man, and I could fix him so easily.
yeah. For that matter, Lone Star.
I don't know who that is.
You never seen Spaceballs?
Oh, there we go. Yes,
I was gonna say, I thought you had.
yes, I had. I just don't remember things. Oh,
Lone
and
Star.
now I'm thinking. Sorry, I'm just thinking about. Um, this is the connection that got made in my mind. You said Lone Star. I was like, oh, Spaceballs. Rick Moranis is in Spaceballs. You know what else Rick Moranis was in? Little Shop of Horrors. You know who's poor little Meow Meow? Seymour, and I could make him so much worse. Because again, I
Yeah.
would just encourage him to start acting revenge on all the enacting revenge on all the people who bullied him.
See, my brain just started going through Mel Brooks movies.
Interesting.
Like Young Frankenstein.
I love that movie so much, and an embarrassing amount of people have not seen it. Or maybe I'm
Yeah.
just like talking to the wrong crowd. I don't know, but
Perhaps.
let's close out of this and just do some brainstorming for end the stream here. Okay. So I want to take the alignment chart and
Mm-hmm.
make a version for female characters specifically because feminism,
Mm-hmm.
and then make a version that works for any and all characters, a gender neutral version.
Okay.
And I feel like you have to keep the like I could fix her, I could make her worse.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think poor little Meow Meow still works.
Yeah.
But like, what is the female equivalent of Stinky Bastard Man? Like, I feel like that's the only thing you have to change for like either version of that. You just have to find like like could fix them, make them worse.
Mm-hmm.
Poor little Meow Meow. The gender neutral equivalent of Stinky Bastard Man, and then the female version of Stinky Bastard Man. We just have to find out what those two things. We have to figure out what those two things are.
I feel like it's difficult to say because I know we think of the word bastard as being more like male oriented,
Yeah.
But if you think about insults like that, they're typically targeted toward women. They were like derogatory toward gender
No,
in a
and
sense.
here's the thing: bitch has a different flavor than bastard.
Yeah.
Like, and not just in like a gendered sense. Like, I have referred to female characters as bastards before, and like, the flavor is different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Although I think I know what the gender neutral version of Stinky Bastard Man might be, and I think it's just feral gremlin.
Huh.
So I could fix them. I could make them worse. Poor little Meow Meow, feral gremlin.
Hmm.
I think that is the universal any and all character version.
Yeah.
I am open to constructive criticism though, obviously. Ooh, that was my fingy. My bones be crackling, and I'm really impressed at how well this microphone is picking that up. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know if it's, I don't want to say possible, but like how easy it is to create one that's female specific that does not seem gender derogatory.
I feel like we might have to set that aside. Like, unfortunately. But we don't have time. We don't have time to unpack all of that. We are but one very, very small comedy podcast.
I guess there could be a one-person show out there.
Oh, yeah, no, there is. Actually, although the sad thing is that all the one-person shows I'm thinking of are, like, really successful.
Well, because they probably aren't just doing it entirely themselves.
Well, I mean, it's the person, like, sitting and talking at a microphone, but, like, you know, they also, like, do stand-up and stuff. So...
Yeah.
Anyway, one thing. We have to think of this one thing. The episode title for this week, by the way, is going to be Crashing and Burning, because that's what we're doing.
Yeah, it just is not my forte.
I know.
Not my strong suit. And I think part of it is I don't spend nearly as much time thinking about characters as you do.
Oh, see, I spend all of my free time rotating my favorite characters in my head at maximum speed.
Yeah, no, I watch a thing and then I move on and don't think about that thing.
What's that like?
That's just what my brain does.
What do you think about all day?
I'm busy all day. Got like 6
So?
million things to do. My job requires thinking at all times about my job. Huh?
Bullshit.
You can't be like reading a paper while also
I'm messing with you. Okay, we need to think of this one thing.
I do pretty often teach classes while thinking about something entirely different because I've taught them so many times, they just kind of come out automatically.
Yeah, and your brain's just doing like the Macarena music.
Now, sometimes I'm planning out my grocery list or what I'm going to do later for the day. Or...
Well, there you go, even better. Okay.
Shadow's being created by my hair. I was like, why do I have a shadow in my face?
I feel like I know, like this has baggage attached to it. I feel like it might have to be bitch. Like,
just bitch. I feel like it's got to be a little more.
But I'm saying like the thing, like it's gonna have to be like bitch is probably gonna have to be in there somewhere, unless you can think of something better. And again, we don't have time to unpack all of that, which is unfortunate, but we're doing what we can.
Is it really derogatory if I say sassy ass bitch?
I mean, I don't think so, but I also don't know if that's like
capturing.
Yeah.
Well, because I was trying to think of like characters that I would put toward, you know, that category. I feel like a lot of times that is kind of like part of.
See, the only thing my brain is providing me with right now is the whole like, and I don't know why I'm apologizing for the fact that I'm about to do a real bad swear, because we do this a lot on this podcast, but the only thing that's coming to my mind right now is the whole like serving cunt thing. But that feels too positive to be on that side of the spectrum.
Serving?
Yeah. Oh, like you haven't seen the whole like she lived, she served cunt, she died?
No.
Oh, the first time I saw that as a meme, they were talking about Laura Palmer.
Okay.
But it started as like and this is how this is how I like the like whole like, oh, like serving face thing, like with like drag.
Mm-hmm.
Surf cunt.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think it fits, yeah.
Precisely, because, like, that's almost too positive. Like, there's, like,
Mm-hmm.
yes, Stinky Bastard Man is a little bit derogatory, but there's something almost neutral about it. Because, like, I say
Mm-hmm.
that about characters I like all the time.
Yeah.
But, like, and here's the thing, I say, maybe, I think it definitely does have to be bitch, because there's so many characters I like where I'm like, oh my god, she's a bitch and I love her so much. Like, and I say, like, and, like, that's, like, that is the compliment, that she's a bitch. But, like, what is the qualifier there?
I feel like I almost had it.
Mm. Should I keep rambling or should I stop?
It's like I'm approaching the right word that I felt like I was.
Give me synonyms for the potential right word. We can do this.
Well, I'm not coming up with a word. Like it's just a feeling that I'm having trouble putting a word to.
Hmm.
Like the vibe that I get from those kinds of characters. Because I'm thinking like a. Just gonna keep doing a lot of hand gestures.
This is great for what's technically supposed to be an audio medium.
Well, they're not adding anything, so like,
This is also true. So like it's kind of a net zero.
because like so thinking about the way that those kinds of characters tend to be portrayed, like they're pretty cold and unemotional and distant.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they tend to be. It's so hard not to use like pushy.
No, and like we are saying these as we're working with what we've been given. We are not
Yeah,
breaking down all of the baggage that is associated with every single one of these.
I know because like one of the words that comes to mind is bossy, because that's how they're portrayed though.
Well, no, because I think of like, you know who's coming to mind is like Bedelia du Maurier from Hannibal, and like, yeah, she is a cold ass bitch,
Mm-hmm.
and I love her.
Yeah, see, cold. That was the very first word that I said. I think it has something. It's somewhere along those lines.
Yeah.
Being cold and assertive.
Mm.
It's like that combination of things. But I don't know what the word is.
Would it be stone cold bitch?
It could be. I think it could be.
Cause like, yeah, and that does kind of feel right. Like that the quote unquote female opposite of poor little meow meow is stone cold bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yay!
Thank you
Clock it.
for
How long did that take?
God, that's embarrassing. Yeah, I'm giving us this one last episode that we are recording in 2022. It is still 2022 for us recording this right now. I'm letting us crash and burn tonight, and then it's batting 1,000.
Yeah. New Year's resolution. Don't suck.
Yeah, that's the New Year's resolution for the podcast. Be better. That's it. Do
Just
better. So detailed. Love it. All right. Well, thank you for putting up with us this week, is what I'm going to say. Thank you for putting up with us. We appreciate each and every single one of you, and we will be back and red hot next week.
For 2023.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right.
Oh, I'm trying to come up with a good rhyme for that.
Well, you know what? That'll be the one. That's the one failure. That's our final failure of 2022 that we will leave you with. We love you and we're sorry. Adios, everybody. This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly and Dr. Sarah Brooks. You can find other episodes of the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, or your other favorite listening platform. Follow us on Twitter at BridgetKelly98 and at AndSarahSaid. Rate and review us on your podcatcher of choice. Like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch and Facebook. and join our Discord community using the links in the description. You can also help support us via the Acast supporter feature, or consider donating to our Patreon for early access to episodes and fun bonus content. Thanks for listening!